If you're a Watford fan and you've had enough, you're in good company this week. Welcome back to our Hornets Walk. Henry's had enough. He says ownership and yet another poor manager recruitment yet again. He hasn't got a clue with a massively underperforming squad who should be nowhere near the bottom. He has to go this week, and that's our main topic of discussion with both Rio and Luke this week. He has to go. Surely that Millwall result told us everything we need to know. Some fans are saying if he gave this squad to Tom Cleverley, we would move. What's your thoughts on that? And we're also talking about Max as well. Fans are divided. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing better than all the fans that had to watch that. Monday night, he did not serve up a treat for the eyes, I've got to be honest, but let's ignore that for now. Rio, the main talking point is, he's got to go. Do you agree?
I mean, yes, we won 1 in 7 actually, if you include the Carabao Cup, and we've only scored from open play, I think, in 2 of our 6 league games, which is not good at all, especially when I think we've got some of the best wingers in the league, and you've got Loser, who's a good creator, and this squad, I mean, we had Kiembe, Bio, and Tom Ince up front towards the end of last season. This is miles better, and we won 5 in a row at the start of last season, and this season we won 1 out of 7. It's not good enough.
People are drawing comparisons, Luke. Culture Force says, I'm not exaggerating when I say that Paulo Pezzolano has been go down as one of the worst appointments in Watford's history. And there's plenty of competition. He's a nice bloke, but he's absolutely clueless. It was another horrific watch last night. Contextualise it for us. Is it
Certainly not the worst one. Roy Hodgson's always going to be the worst one for me, and I don't think that will ever be topped. In terms of what I think of Pezzolano, I'm giving him one more game. The last 2 games, he's looked really out of depth, and I think that's just the way he's set up. He's not played to our strengths. He's also not playing our best players where they should be, and it's clear that this 5 doesn't work, especially of how we set up yesterday, just playing long ball to Irakunda. And I'm not the tallest man in the world. I think about 5'7", and why are you playing it like long to like a shorter guy? But I'll give him to Hull. And if we do not beat Hull, I think even a draw, I think it's done because I think he's lost the fans. Obviously, I wasn't at the game yesterday, but I've heard that the reaction towards the end was not great, and you can tell the pressure's on with him. He knows that, and he has to get it right. He's got it wrong, completely wrong, 2 games, and his job at the moment is to make sure that he's putting the best squad out, and he hasn't done that at all. And both games are not to do with the players; they're both on the manager's fault for those 2 defeats.
I mean, you can excuse losing football games, Rio, but I think the fans are saying that there's one here that says that I've no idea what our style is. I just no one can put a point on it. Sam, who obviously runs excellent Watford content as well, says 6 games in and I've absolutely no idea what Watford are trying to do, what our style of players or what our best team might be. Do you concur?
Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously, 5 points from 6 games isn't good regardless. But, for example, Burnley a few seasons ago, I think they might have, when they won the league under Company, I remember they had a slow start. They beat Huddersfield, but then they lost to us. They drew to, like, Blackpool, Hull maybe. But then, obviously, as the season went on, they just kicked on and started going into form. Whereas with us, there aren't any signs of, like, really doing it. And same as last season under Cleverley, I'd say that I haven't seen one complete performance. Like, the first half against Swansea was positive signs, and so was the second half against Southampton. But in both of those games, in either half, then you can see, like, we've been pretty poor. And it's just, we're 24th for, like, big chances created, 23rd for expected goals. I mean, as I said, we've got some of the best wingers in the league, and it's just sideways, backwards, like, it's no one in the box. We had Semedo up front yesterday, who I really don't get why he dropped Kieran Guard. Like, if he wants to tell us he's injured, sure, go ahead. But we've heard nothing on that. And I mean, putting Semedo up front again for his championship debut, first start, away at a team like Millwall, it's never going to go too well, is it?
It's true. And all the fans call it. Here's one from a Charlton fan who, after last night's game, said this, Luke, Watford will go down this season. Watch them against Millwall. They keep possession, go left, right, forward, back, nothing up top. Same against us. All that possession means diddly squat. Yeah. You agree?
Sorry, Rims just came in because again, sorry, I have to just cut
right,
that
Rio,
bit
you
out.
take
Sorry,
that
Mark.
one. Is right.
You want me to say that one?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, we won't go down. I think it'll just be mid-table again, but we were told it's pretty much promotional bust this season. I think when Travodazzi comes back, that'll be key. But will he ever come back? We were told he'd be back from Millwall yesterday, but looks like he's a long way away. But I think we've got too much quality to go down. It's a way better squad than last year, and we're mid-table. Personally, I think it's on the manager. Maybe with a different style of play, we'd be going up the league. But we've got a tough run after the international break. I've said on Twitter previously, like up until December. So I can see us being lower mid-table to then, but hopefully second half of the season we kick on. But personally, I wouldn't take mid-table this season if there's no vision.
Yeah, I mean, we're already, 6 games in, Luke? I mean, yeah, he doesn't seem to be getting much leeway with fans. It's supposed to be the modern day football fan now. I mean, Aaron, who's not here on this particular episode, says it's unacceptable for a team whose ambition is the playoffs. And is there a problem with the fans now a little bit in that they've made it very clear that the playoffs is their ambition? So now, when you do get results like 1-0 away against Millwall, it's not a bad result, but
they got so many injuries.
Is it the expectation?
I think it's, again, there's a few things I saw on Twitter yesterday where it looks like we're going to start to go that circle where it's, blame the manager, then blame the Pozzos, same cycle, new manager, new hope. I think that where we've gone wrong, or where the club have gone wrong, is that, they've gave us saying that we're going to be playoffs. And you look at our team, and there's not many Watford fans who probably won't say that we should be within that sort of 6th to 10th, I would say, on paper, if you look at our team. And that's what I think we're finding really frustrating. 6 games is not enough time, though, for the manager, which I do think he needs a few more games. You look at some of the players that we have missed. So we've missed Loser for 3 games. We've missed Georgie, we've missed Wiley, and also we haven't had Bar and Irakunda playing all the time, and he still hasn't got it right. And if that is something he can address and actually say, look, this is what I'm going to be setting up each week, this is who's going to be playing, and have a more actual consistent style of, what we expect to be seeing each week. Because when I first went at the start of the season, Charlton, we played exactly how I thought we'd play. Really good possession-based football, and we looked really good in terms of pressing. And yesterday was generally an embarrassment of a performance. I've seen better football play at Sunday League from a style perspective. It was just hoofball up to a short guy, and Semedo, who's nowhere near the level at Millwall when you need other players. It's just frustrating the way that we've not set up right at all. And I think that is what needs to be addressed from Pozzos. I think they just need to say, look, we need an identity, and we need to set, starting 11 that each week.
Yeah, because we've changed formation, in 4 out of 6 games. I mean, it's good having an adaptable manager, but us fans can't work out what we're doing, and the players look confused as well.
We've already had one Championship team, Rio, go back to their old manager from last season in Sheffield United. Is there any chance, if he used to lose to Hull, that we'll be sitting here next week with him making a phone call down to Plymouth?
I thought you were going to say Kike Sanchez-Flores for the first time. That'd be fun. I mean, Cleverley isn't doing too well with Plymouth at the moment. They've picked up a bit of form, but they are near the end. I mean, personally, I think the appointment of Cleverley was a bit of a weird one in itself, because you'd think with Watford, we're so ambitious that we would have wanted promotion last season. And Cleverley in his first season, he's more of a stability manager, which gets mid-table as he did. But yeah, it's just the hiring of managers. I mean, if we do sack Pezzolano, which you never know, it could be after this podcast, it could be after Hull, we'll see. We'll probably get another South American bloke as well. I think we need someone who knows English football. We've done that with Chris Wilder and stuff, but yeah, it's obviously the Championship. It's very different to anything Pezzolano managed in the Spanish second tier, Uruguay, Brazil second tier. So yeah, big step up.
There's this argument from Adam here, Luke, says that Cleverley with this squad would be producing far more. We've armed the wrong coach with assets, and he doesn't know what to do with them.
I completely agree. I think Cleverley did wonders. I remember we sort of spoke about last season on his sack, and we said, and many a times, he's doing wonders with the team we've got. And you look at now that we've got players that we spoke about last week, where we talked about the transfer and saying it's actually good that we've backed a manager. Why don't we do that for Cleverley? I think if we did have this team under Cleverley, we would not be in the position we are currently, 21st in the league. I do think we'd still be around mid-table point, but we'd be in a better position, because all we needed was just players to come in with a bit more better quality, which we've got, which is what Cleverley didn't have at the end of the day, and he still did a good job with them. It is frustrating that we have lost him now. But it's just one of those things. I do think if Pezzolano is doing great, I don't think we'd even be sort of thinking about Cleverley. I think it's just one of those things. It's like, well, if it didn't work for him, why is it, working for him? It is weird, but it is a shame we don't have Cleverley now, but it's a hindsight, isn't it?
Okay. Let's talk about some players then. Not too many standout ones, but there's a couple. Charlie, who also is part of a very good Watford podcast, says the one positive, yes, was Max, quality operator. But, yes, some people didn't want to agree with that. Alex says, not quite what you're seeing there. Looked utterly lost at times, and some of his passing is played amateurish. It's a bizarre opinion with zero evidence to support. Very clear he's played no senior football previously. Where do you stand?
I thought it was very good yesterday. I think his time at Watford so far has been a bit hit and miss, but as we saw in the last game against Blackburn, he was put at it was left back when he cannot go forward as you'd expect because he's a defender. And I saw Luke didn't rate foremost Mendy's debut, but it's the same with him. How do you expect a centre back to be able to whip the ball in, drive forward? That isn't their role. So yeah, no wonder Elaine looked good at centre back and not at left back because he's in his natural position. And same with foremost Mendy, in my opinion. I thought the defending part he did all right actually, but going forward, obviously he couldn't do anything. But I think that's really down to like the tactics and formation. I mean, there aren't many other right backs out there at the moment because Petrie was injured apparently. But that's another question from me. Like we've had quite a lot of injuries to start the season. Vata, Dumbia wasn't in the squad yesterday. Duomo, a few others as well at the back. Yeah, it's a bit concerning.
I didn't think Elaine was good, to be honest with you. I thought he was really frustrating. There were so many times where it was just like it'd be a header. It always does do. It would have to just take a touch and just bring it down, and we'd get possession back. I don't know how many times there was where this happened, but it was really frustrating me. Ball would come, there'd be no one on him, and he would just either head it back or just kick it and give him possession back. And that is what we really struggled with in the first half, especially where he was doing it a lot, where he just had to get the ball down. And I don't care if he goes back to the goalkeeper, just get the ball down and just get it down, because we've got 3 centre halves. So if it goes wrong, we've got someone else to back up because someone should be covering. From like an actual possession based perspective, he really frustrated me yesterday because he just had to get it down and play, and we regained possession back. There were so many times that not just he did it, Mendy did it plenty of times with his many backwards passes or misses pass. But yeah, I've now learned that this is not his favoured position. So does it balance itself out? I still don't think so, but I thought Lane was really frustrating. I know he's been a great defender, but it was just from that, getting us the ball back and keeping it was what I found really hard, and that played to Millwall's favour.
Yeah, we've all made a drunken tweet, haven't we? Which, is reticent. I mean, you've been a bit harsh here. I mean,
it was so frustrating. To be fair, I think it was just so many times that he could have started to go forward, but even when he did, like he would play a pass in the middle and it would get intercepted, or he would cross and it would be a good cross. Like I know he's like we said, he's a centre back, but he does play right back. It's not like it's the first time he's played right back. Any day, he is a professional football player. He should be able to do much better than that. I think all of us here could play backwards passes 90 minutes. I know I could, because there's no one there. It's just a free pass every time. I just think he should have taken more risks. I know it was tough for him to come in on a debut, playing not in his favourite position, but I do expect at least a little bit more than that. It was just really frustrating. It didn't help us going forward, especially in the second half when we actually started to have the ball more. We should have made more of it. More forward passes, more runners, and it would just be the same backwards pass every time. Really frustrating. Really frustrating.
Yeah. Finally on the game last night. Yeah, this tickled me. Jamie says Kayembe. Kayembe. Yeah, I'm 1,000,000% behind this clown being sacked tonight. Utterly ridiculous game management. Yeah, he was all right, wasn't he? Rio was one of the better players in your view.
That says a lot. He was one of our better players. On that, I think the midfield balance is like a bit all wrong. I think we really missed something. Not getting that Sandy Loverick from Udinese, who's like box to box. He can chip in with a goal or two. Because Loser, he picks the ball up deep. He keeps it ticking, doesn't he? Kipriyanu, like he's number 6. Mendy just passes it about really. The other Mendy. We've got, like, for example, we'll say with Arsenal, you've got Rice who can drive with the ball. We've got no one who can do that. So yeah, we're not getting many goals from midfield at the moment. I think that's an issue.
What else is frustrating is the way Loser plays as well, which he has played for the last 2 seasons. He drops really deep, and
Drops
that
the
really,
defence.
that goes against us when we're playing three centre halves because at times we've just got four centre halves basically, or again wide. I mean that eliminates us to two midfielders in the middle, and that just stops us from getting forward.
They had so
It
much
worked.
space in the field Millwall yesterday as well.
Yeah, it works if we go to a four because then Loser can drop in and then go from there. It's just again, it's that sort of defensive style where it's not helping us. But I do think I know we've said it a lot, but we are missing Georgie. We are missing like just someone in the middle just to take it and go because Loser has to. If we need to get into teams, the only way we're doing it is by Loser pinging a ball either right or left to Bar or Irakunda, but that wasn't the case yesterday because we didn't play that setup where we couldn't use the wide areas because we had a right wing back who's not a right wing back, a left wing back who doesn't get high enough. That is what we're missing. We're just missing the ball carrier and also width. Like it's just frustrating. Again, this is on the manager.
Bar was so deep when he came on yesterday.
It's because he has to because there's no way he can get. That's the only way he can get the ball, unless he has to really pin him up.
Irakunda, I saw someone on Twitter saying he's doing a bit of a João Pedro in his last season. Like he's so much head and shoulders above everyone. He has to come so deep for the ball.
I don't know what we've done without Irakunda to like yesterday. Like we would have generally got nowhere. I know we still didn't, but we would have made no chances at all.
Yeah, you'd be bottom without him, wouldn't you? Well,
we would.
That's for sure. Yeah.
For Wednesday.
Right. Okay. Well, on to Hull we go then. So join us next week as we review that. Finally, this week we're asking all our teams across our network which one player deserves a bit more flowers than they've been getting. I know it's difficult, perhaps in the current context, but which one player hasn't really been shouted out too much for his contributions this season. Whilst these two ponder that for a second, let us know in the comments and we'll give some of these shouted out next week. You can also help this little Watford community grow if you can squeeze 15 minutes of Watford content. I know there's lots of it to listen to, but you can squeeze this into your lives. It'd be great for you to drop a quick subscribe and a quick like as we head to our target of 200. That'd be amazing. Right, I've filled enough time for you to have a think. Rio.
It was a really hard choice because everyone who's been good gets their flowers. Like I would have said Kipriyanu, but everyone rates him. I think like Kieran Gard, say after Blackburn, he's getting like really harsh criticism saying, "Oh, he's Rivich 2.0." I just think we're not playing to his strengths. He gets no service, and like we saw against QPR, even against Chelsea a bit, he can win those flick-ons. He can hold it up. He has no one near him to lay it off to, and I feel he's miles better than the other strikers we've got, Semedo, Timbias. So personally, I think he should be getting more flowers. And if it was up to me, if I was part of the recruitment team, I would have gone with a championship-proven striker. He isn't going to score 20 goals, but he's going to have far more link-up play than your Bios, your Jepsons, etc.
Luke?
I agree on Rio with that. I think he's been brilliant. We've been talking about strikers that we haven't had who've been not good enough on the ball or been able to have a good enough link-up play. So I think that's been really good. And he probably hasn't got flowers because at the end of the day, if you're strikers, you just go, well, he's not scoring. So we're not going to bother. But what he's doing in terms of like build-up is really good. Another player that I want to sort of believe I don't think he's got enough flowers is Kevin as well. I think Kevin's been brilliant at the back. He goes under the radar just because we've got Kipriyanu and Irakunda who's getting all the praises, but Kevin's been brilliant. Again, it's been a long time since we've had a centre back that I really have sort of trust in for us, and he's been brilliant. And he can play more than just a centre back as well. He can go on the right side. He's been brilliant every game. He's about an 8 out of 10 each week you're getting out of him.
He feels like a new signing as well because I don't think he's even played like 12, 13 games for us.
No, exactly. He's been really good. Another good move that we've done recently.
Super. Right. Thank you two. Thank you, particularly Luke, for interrupting your holiday.
Chat
Watford. We'll see all of you back with Aaron next week. As of course, we look back on that whole game. Have a good week, everyone. Fingers crossed for that corner flag. See you then.